and you'll be surprised how almond flour lends itself so well to making peaches. Retake. What's up, everybody? Man, I gotta ask, is there anything better than a beautiful white peach on a beautiful sunny day? We're gonna make a white peach almond flour pie. This is Specific Carbohydrate diet friendly, it's gluten-free, it's delicious, and it's going to knock your socks off. I was hanging out with my mom over the weekend and she was talking a lot about the desserts that she was making for her restaurant. If you've seen our intro video, which I'll link above here, you know that my mom owns an Italian restaurant. You know, my mom doesn't consider herself a baker, but she does come up with some great ideas. Sorry, Mom, if you heard that. I didn't mean for that to sound condescending. I was talking to my mom. She brought up something that sparked my interest. She brought up this idea of making a peach pie. But not just a regular peach pie, one that is compliant with a specific carbohydrate diet. And I wanted to bring that to you today. I don't know how I'm gonna restrict myself from eating the pie before I get all my B-roll footage, but we're gonna see what happens. So the first thing we're gonna be doing here is mixing our dry ingredients. It's actually incredibly easy. It's just 2 cups of almond flour and 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda, half a teaspoon on top. That's about half a teaspoon. And then what we add to this is our wet ingredients. So we're gonna do half a cup of honey. We're gonna do 1 egg. I've pre-washed an orange here and we're just gonna zest this bad boy. Probably about like half the orange. While we're prepping this, I'm also preheating the oven. What you're gonna do is actually bake just the crust for about 10 minutes at 300 degrees. And what that does is it firms up the crust so that you can start layering in your fruit. And let's get mixing here. I can smell the orange in all of this. We'll set this down. As I show you this, you can see it's pretty stiff. To this mixture, we wanna add half of a stick of butter that's chilled. It's important it's chilled butter. And you just wanna cube it. It's totally fine, it ends up being chunky. Unsalted, guys, very important. Hit it down the side. We'll just mix this up. You can kind of see there's still a little bit of that butter. But this is a cool little pie tin we have. It is kind of like a porcelain, oven safe. Almond flour sticks very easily. Even if you're using parchment paper, if you're not buttering that guy up, it's gonna stick to the parchment paper. Lop this in. So what I do is I use a little bit of olive oil. I just put that right in the palm of my hand. And what this does is it makes it so you can evenly spread it without it actually sticking to your hands. All right. Still see a little bit of that butter, you know, some of those pieces still kind of sitting in here, right? 300 for about 10 minutes. And while that sits in the oven, we are gonna get to chopping on our beautiful peaches. Thinly slice. So what you don't want to happen is that you put really large pieces and you only put them in a few places. It ends up making parts of the pie a little too soggy. You know, when you kind of get it this accordion cut like this, you know, nice and thin. I just think it's really nice. It looks really nice too. This is 2 and this is starting to get good. I think a 3rd peach and I think we're set. All right, guys. So the only thing left to do, we have our peaches cut. We got our pie cooking in the oven. As soon as that's ready, we're gonna take that out. We're gonna top it with these peaches, put a little drizzle of honey on top. I like to put some slivered almonds on that, and then it goes back in the oven for about, you know, 10, 15 minutes. I mean, you kind of watch it, you'll see the peaches start to soften up, you'll see some juice bubbling up, and that's how you know it's ready to go. Then you just cool it, cut it, and eat it. We got our almond flour crust. It's been cooking. When you tap in, you can see there's some softness to it, you know? It's not the hardest thing yet, but you're seeing it's starting to brown up. Next part, super easy. We just start layering. The important thing here we wanna think about is just making sure you have a nice even spread. We're gonna grab our honey. There's honey in the almond flour, right? So the almond flour itself is gonna be sweet, but a little bit of honey on top, a little bit of slivered roasted almonds. And I just kinda toss that all around. And this guy is gonna go back in the oven. gonna check this out back here and see. Oh yeah, it definitely needs a little bit more time to cool. I'm grabbing this guy early. I think what you can see here is you get this nice crust right here. The bottom layer is crust, but then there's that softness of the almond flour that kind of rose to the top. And that's just mixing in with the juice of the peaches, the honey. This is really good, you guys. That little bit of orange zest comes through, but it's not too strong. How am I not gonna eat this entire thing today? We hope you had fun with us today, as much as fun as we had making this for you guys. We're so happy that you joined us today. Like and subscribe. If you like what we're doing, you wanna see more of it, let us know, leave us a comment, and we hope you'll come back for the next one. Thanks, peace.